OK, let's have a bit of a look at what's going on in Glasgow, hey? As I said, China, Russia and India have snubbed it effectively. They've played the rest of the world for suckers, I guess. But the conference has started to hear from some leading figures, all going with the same Save the Planet mantra, of course, but all in their different styles. Let's start with some dignity. The Queen sent a video message urging the leaders to get the job done for future generations.
I, for one, hope that this conference will be one of those rare occasions where everyone will have the chance to rise above the politics of the moment and achieve true statesmanship.
Fat chance, ma'am, fat chance. For instance, your gibbering fool of a son, your heir apparent, he gave an address that might have come from Fidel Castro.
We know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars. We also know that countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. Here we need a vast military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector.
That was Comrade Charles. Prince Charles. Despite all this radical talk of upending global economics, politics, business and trade, it wasn't enough for perhaps the youngest but biggest name in Glasgow, Greta Thunberg.
Change is not going to come from inside there. That is not leadership. This is leadership. This is what leadership looks like. We say no more blah, blah, blah. No more exploitation of people and nature and the planet. No more exploitation. No more blah, blah, blah. No more whatever the they're doing inside there.
Yeah, but these climate conferences are so surreal that the rhetorical flourishes of the teenage radical activists found their way into the arguments of the conference host, Boris Johnson. He pointed out to all the commitments made in the previous conferences leading up to Glasgow.
And all those promises will be nothing but blah, 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 to coin a phrase. And the anger and the impatience of the world will be uncontainable unless we make this COP26 in Glasgow the moment when we get real about climate change.
I think they made vax the word of the year this year. I reckon it might be blah, blah, blah next year. Good Lord. When will it dawn on these political leaders that they can never satisfy the activists and they can't bring the big emitters to heel either? So Glasgow, with its private jets, famous supporters and giant entourages, might generate more emissions than it cuts. And it won't be taken seriously by the extremists that it's trying to placate.
You can shove your climate crisis up your arse. You can shove your climate crisis up your arse. You can shove your climate crisis. You can shove your climate crisis. You can shove your climate crisis up your arse.
Yeah, well, again, Greta's reasoning is wrong, but her assessment is pretty close to the mark. I can't wait for Boris Johnson to work that little ditty into his next speech.